What's going on, my homosexuals? I hope you're doing just as good as I'm doing today. I had so much fun, and don't get me wrong, there were failures today, technically. But a lot of that's mental. But when it came to the technicality of the lifts, there were many fails, but fun and very prideful of the effort regardless. Like, it could not have been a more productive day with the energy that I had to put in. Just getting into it, my snatches were so much fun. I think I had a little bit of a weird, the 185 and 215 warm-ups just did not feel as in tuned as I would like them to be. But for every fucked up set, we're gonna bring it back twice as hard. And the 235 felt fine. I had the second one was, I came up too early, so that was my own fault. But the catches were good. I knew it was there. Felt very strong. But, man, I had a total of 5 attempts at 255 for a double today. Just to spoil you now, don't you be fucking skipping. But I had 2 attempts go behind my head. And anybody who knows Olympic lifting, if you throw it behind your head, you have the strength for it. It means that I was just whipping it too hard and not focused enough on the catch at the bottom. Is what it is. Lock the fuck in. Hit that third one, but I threw it behind my head again on the fourth attempt. On my very last double attempt, I tried to, on the second rep attempt, I did throw it back again. And no, I don't mean my voluptuous ass. I mean the fucking weight, unfortunately. And then I tried one more time because I'll give myself one fail in the middle of a several rep set if I'm trying to do a rep max. And it went forward, and if it goes forward, that means I'm out of strength. All the energy in the tank is gone. And either way, I don't like doing more than 3 legitimate attempts at a set regardless. Because I did the first 2 attempts at the set that went behind, and then the third one where I had the 3 total attempts, but it was an attempt for one of the sets. So whatever. That's 3 set attempts to me. But regardless of those fails, it felt fucking great. It's so amazing to see that I have so much to work on, even though it looked really good. And if you pause it right in the bottom of the snatch on every single catch other than the one that went forward, it was there every single time. I just need to get better at locking my arms in and not letting it move before I come up, because me having more core strength and main muscle group strength because of my powerlifting background before Olympic lifting, and I consistently bench and squat a lot, I like to come up out of my snatches a lot quicker than I probably should. I should probably spend more time learning how to, or just trying to have a little bit more experience in catching at the bottom without forcing it up, because pausing in the bottom of an Olympic lift does not make it any harder. It just lets you stabilize. That patience is gold in these lifts. It can make or break what you do. And I think if I had a little bit more patience today, I'm telling you, if I hit that first rep and had it locked in right away, I would have had that double 100%. But we'll get to that. Overhead squat felt really, really good. The only ick I gave myself, because I icked at myself today. That's a bad fucking sign. But I have not done this in at least a year. But I incidentally chose the one platform where you can see the mirror that's 50 fucking feet away on the other side of the gym, but there are no machines in front of that platform. And so I could just see myself and where I would normally like to look, because I want to make sure every time I do an Olympic lift or any variation of any lift, I want to keep my eyes very stationary so my spine stays aligned right where I start. And dude, just being able to see just even a little bit of you moving can make you look down so fast. I hate it. People putting mirrors in front of a squat rack is torture to anybody who's trying to lift for strength. It sucks. But regardless, you're not going to see it, because in my absolute rage, I deleted it instantaneously because I was so fucking mad. But on my last overhead squat set, I did 2. Every set felt easy. I was actually very proud of my strength and my core stability for how much I tried on Snatch today and how many sets I tried. And on the last one, I did 2 reps, and then I saw myself in the mirror, I looked down. I could not. I'm telling you, dude, I try my fucking hardest, but I cannot stop it. It just, my eyes will wander immediately. And like before I knew it, the weight was on the ground in front of me. And I just couldn't control it, even though it was easy. So I, enraged, deleted the video as fast as I fucking could. Told myself that shit didn't count. We're doing this right now again. No rest. Fucking, I got this. I power cleaned it back up on the rack. And I fucking hit that. The last set that you see will be the set that I did right after. So whatever. The effort and the enthusiasm was there. Otherwise, my snatch pulls, those typically I'm not very worried about. But I will say, if you want to pause at the highest point of my pull, I'm pulling 355 above my belly button line, and I'm pretty fucking impressed if I don't fucking say so myself. Because not that being able to pull super high is a direct translation by any means to how much you can actually snatch or clean. But it is really nice to have that. I have a lot higher of a pull strength than a lot of Olympic lifters, since again, my background with powerlifting and focusing on my core strength and my main muscle groups originally made it to where I could focus less on the overall strength and just be able to put in 100% into my technique. So like if I miss or fail a lift, as you see, this is something I want to work on, but it's typically 100% make or 100% miss every single time. I never have an issue standing up the weight like a lot of people who are like very technical do. But in the long run, I know that it will eventually get to a point where I have to focus on more technicalities, because it does lead to better gains with Olympics specifically. So we're slowly getting there. I am making progress one day at a time, but can't rush the progress, and you just got to take it all with a grain of salt. It will get there at some point as long as I'm consistent, so I got to be proud of that and be happy with that. Anyway, because I am rambling like a motherfucker, physically, I'll give it a 9.3. Felt really, really solid. You know what? No, take that back. 9.25. Giving myself a little too much credit. Because if it were a 9.3, I would have probably had that double. But god damn it, dude, I am so fucking happy with the effort I put in. It was really, really awesome. And I know for a fact that regardless of what happened, I put in that effort to the best of my ability, and that's what I had today. That's literally it. So I had a friend of mine come up to me today, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I'm supposed to go to 3 plates on my RDLs, and my shoulder's fucking with me, and I can't. Like, I'm working out like shit. Like, it sucks." And I'm like, "Dude, you're here. You're able to lift. You're putting in effort. That's so great on its own. You got to understand that. Like, it's incredible that you're in here lifting even a plate on RDLs, because we both know that you could have a pulled low back and you could be bedridden for months. I've torn my low back on both sides before, and I didn't hit a PR for 10 months because of how much rehabilitation I had to do, and I did it on my own. Not that that's a recommendation, but stupidly, I did not go get it checked out. I just stretched that shit as hard as I fucking could for months and months on end, and here we are. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm a ranter today, but I'm loving life. That's all it fucking is. So, regardless of that, mentally, I will give it a very nice 9.55. Felt fucking fantastic today. Got to see a whole bunch of homies, a whole bunch of uplifting. The move is coming up very soon to Alabama, and I keep getting to tell more and more people. Like, I really want to throw a house party with all the gym homies I've met, because I think it'd be such a fun idea to invite everybody and put them in one space and actually have us interact in an area that isn't the gym. Because I feel like half the people I know haven't even met each other, because I've talked to so many people over the course of 2 years being at this gym. But yeah, it's just, I feel great. I'm telling you, the itch, the literal itch that I get from failing these weights so consistently with such, like, the form is there. It's so good to see. The form is there. The strength is there. It's just that one little inch of effort that I need on top of it to really get there and go all the way. It's so close. And I know a lot of people get really frustrated and really mad about that. That makes me so excited for this sport. It makes me want to come back and do even more. Like, it's so, so exciting. Not because I'm excited about failing, or like I'm not excited about getting close to what I wanted to hit today for my 2 rep max and then not getting there, but it's okay. It makes me excited because I know that based off the effort and the intensity and the passion, the consistency, the discipline, I could go on and on for fucking days, that putting this in every single day and the effort that I put in, it is stacked up one bit at a time over the course of months and months and months and years. It is collectively getting better every single day, even by the smallest minute detail. So the fact that I'm getting closer and closer to being a more technical lifter where I can flip under a really heavy weight and almost lock it in, and I'm there. I just choose to come up a little too fast. It's muscle memory. So I'm itching to get back under that weight again, so that I can really kill it, because now I know exactly what I want to work on. This is stuff that I can do in my volume training. This is stuff that I'll look forward to in the future. And my next block, with as much shit I have going on in the next month, because I'll be moving in the middle of my peak week, but I'm going to put in my best effort anyway. I'll be at a gym, I fucking promise. You'll see me hit my all-time peak weight in a little over a month from now, and you never know. If I get used to sitting in the bottom of the snatch a little bit easier and giving my body the time to resituate itself and really apply that patience to the form and the core strength and just holding out until I can properly lift it, 275 might be coming on snatch. It might be insane because my last PR was 255, but look at the way I'm whipping that shit today, you know? There's obvious fucking progress. And it's only been like 2 months since I PR'd my 255 snatch? Like, that's crazy. I've never made so much progress so quickly. So it's on top of being excited and just itching to work on the things that I can visibly see and want to put effort into today. I also am so excited to know that I am not just going to constantly plateau and grow strength at a super slow rate the older I get. There will be times in my life that when I put in at the maximum effort, my programming reaches a new peak, and I get better at calculating my fatigue, I get better at not overdoing it and getting more technical with the weights, that I can move my weight, I can move up in weight when it comes to my maxes really quickly, just like I did when I started. You know, so many people assume that like all your biggest growth is going to be in your first year of lifting, which, to be fair, statistically, yeah, kinda. You have so much strength to build off of that you haven't tapped into when you start, especially when you're older. And I started when I was like 225 body weight in high school, so I was peaked for putting on muscle. But regardless, I have not put like this. It's giving me feelings like I got that first year when I try to max out like every week, even though I'm only trying to go heavy, not more than like maybe once a month or so. And I'm not hitting like a peak single, like an all-time PR, but once every something over 3 months. I'm still so, it gets me, if I genuinely feel like I am moving at a rate that should be impossible for the fatigue and the plateaus that I've showed in the past. But it just goes to show how much I've genuinely learned and how that effort has stacked and applied on top of itself due to my consistency, my discipline, and my passion. I need to put that shit on a fucking t-shirt because I say it so goddamn much. But anyway, I digress. I seriously appreciate anybody who wanted to stick around and hear this fucking ramble. But when I get to a peak weight, man, if you ever listen to my peak weight videos, you know I get hyped. You know I get excited for the future, and I feel so validated for the effort that I'm putting in the present moment. So take it all with a grain of salt. You know, you never know what's going to happen, but just as many negative what ifs as you can put on there, I'm going to put on twice as many positives, you know? Like I said with the benching last week, I pulled my chest for the first time. I might not be able to bench at all in my peak week this week, but that might be fine. It might lead me to get even stronger for my next peak at the end of my third block coming up in over a month. Or, who knows, because I took the time off and I dropped the weight immediately when I felt the pull, I might be able to lift my PR in a few days. You just never know. There's so many factors that you cannot calculate because we're human. So just live in the moment. You know, the future is meant for hope. The past is meant for perspective. And you just got to make sure you act in the present to make it all come together. You know, that consistency, discipline, and passion in the moment will be what leads to you becoming the best version of you that you possibly fucking can. So just keep doing it. Let me know how your lives and lifts have been going. And again, I appreciate it. Your guys' support means a fucking lot. You know, I may not say it much, but it gets me going. Spreading the positivity in the comments is such a fun thing for me. I never thought that it would get to this point. So keep doing your thing. Keep loving the lifts that you're doing, and I'll see you here tomorrow. I got clean and jerk and squat rep max for 4. So you'll get to see some fun lifts tomorrow. So I appreciate y'all hanging out. I'll see you. Bye.